Welcome to Manohar Chemistry YouTube channel. Today I am going to explain chemical bonding, which is NEET revision, NEET and JEE Mains revision. So among the following, the maximum covalent character is shown by which of the compound? So this covalent character can be predicted by using Fajan rules. So where cation charge is maximum, that should have more covalent nature. So when you are going to explain covalent nature with respect to anion, in such case where large size anion is there it will have more covalent nature. So here I am going to explain with respect to cation, so that I am selecting here aluminum, because in iron +2 charge is there, in stannous +2, and here +3 charge is there, in magnesium +2 charge is there. So that maximum charge, where maximum charge, their covalent nature will be maximum. So that aluminum chloride is answered. The next question: the hybridization of orbital nitrogen atom in NO3- and NO2+ and NH4 respectively. Here, to predict hybridization, one small trick is there. I will explain the trick in videos also I have shown in my YouTube channel. So NO3- is there, NO3-. First you select central atom. Here central atom is nitrogen. So nitrogen 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 3 is its electronic configuration. In valency shell, how many electrons are there? You check. How many electrons are there? 5 electrons are there. So first you take nitrogen here and you write 5 electrons. You represent like this: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here one negative charge is there, so that's why you take 1 electron. Then how many electrons are there now? 6 electrons are there. So here 3 oxygens are there. NO3- 3 oxygens are there. We know that oxygen valency is 2. Oxygen valency is 2 means it is willing to form 2 bonds. So 2 bonds, here 2 bonds. So then here one is a sigma bond, another one is pi bond. So that here 1 sigma bond, 1 pi bond, 2 sigma bonds, 3 sigma bonds. Total how many sigma bonds are there? Total 3 sigma bonds are there. Total 3 sigma bonds. So we have one formula here. So if 2 sigma bonds is there, sp hybridization. If 3 sigma bonds is there, sp2 hybridization. If 4 sigma bonds is there, sp3 hybridization. If 5 sigma bonds is there, sp3 dehybridization. If 6 sigma bonds is there, sp3 d2 hybridization. So based on this NO3- undergoes what? sp2 hybridization. This is sp2 hybridization. So with sp2 hybridization, two options are there. So maybe B option or B option D. So in such case, next example you go, NO2+. Similarly here nitrogen again central element. So 5 electrons are there in valence shell: 1, 2, 3, 4. Here 5 electrons actually in nitrogen, but plus is there. When positive charge is there, it loses 1 electron, so that you skip 1 electron. So double bond O and double bond O. Then how many sigma bonds are there here? 1 sigma and 2 sigma. Total how many sigma bonds? 2 sigma bonds. 2 sigma bonds means which hybridization? sp hybridization. So that sp2, first one sp2, second sp. So that's why B option is right. So obviously NH4+ is sp3 hybridization. Next, question number 3, the structure of IF7. So similarly, just now I told you how to predict hybridization. Based on hybridization only we can predict answer very easily. So here iodine is belongs to 17th group element. So in this one 7 valency electrons are there in iodine. 7 valency electrons are there. So that you take iodine and you write 7 electrons: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So fluorine is monovalent element. Only it will form one bond. So that 1 bond, 2 bonds, 3 bonds, 4 bonds, 5 bonds, 6 bonds, 7 bond. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 sigma bonds are there. When 7 sigma bonds is there, that is sp3d3 hybridization. When 7 sigma bonds is there, sp3d3 hybridization. When sp3d3 hybridization is there, it will form what? Pentagonal bipyramidal structure. So that it will come under pentagonal bipyramidal structure. Option 4 is right answer. Next question, which of the following has maximum number of lone pairs associated with xenon? So means here first how to calculate this one. Just now I told you shortcut method, how to predict hybridization. That method only you follow. I am taking here xenon trioxide. So xenon is 18th group element, so that it has 8 electrons in its valency shell. So that you take xenon. So for that xenon 8 electrons means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here 3 oxygens are there, so double bond, 2 double bonds, here 3 double bonds, means how many lone pair of electrons are there here? Only one lone pair of electron is there here. So in case of next one, XeF4, right? So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8, so 4 fluorines are there. So that 1 2 3 4 4 fluorines are there, means here how many lone pair of electrons are there here? 2 lone pair of electrons are there. In case of XeF6, similarly 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, how many? 1 2 3 4 5 6, so here one lone pair of electron is there. Then after XeF2 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so 2 fluorines, it will form 2 bonds, so remaining 1 2 3, here 3 lone pairs are there, so that's why XeF2 is answer in case of this. Next question, the number of types of bonds between two carbon atoms in calcium carbide. Calcium carbide structure is CaC2. So here calcium carbide C, triple bond C. So here calcium will be outside, it is ionic compound, calcium will be outside. So that here in between carbon, if more than one bond is there, definitely one is a sigma bond, remaining two are pi bonds. So what they are asking, in between carbon atoms, they are asking between two carbon atoms, means here one sigma bond and two pi bonds, where one sigma and two pi bonds, so fifth one is A. So next one, using MO theory, predict which of the following species has the shortest bond length. So to calculate this shortest bond length, we need to calculate bond order. So here to calculate bond order, I will give one simple trick to you, how to calculate bond order very easily. So by using that bond order formula trick, you can understand very easily how to calculate bond order. So here I wrote one short table here. So for example, if we have 10 electrons, 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 is there, right? So here nitrogen is 14 electrons, means 3 will be there bond order. Why? Because nitrogen will have triple bond, we know that. So from 14 to 0.5 it will decrease, you see. 3 to 2.5 means here 0.5 it reduces, again 2.5 to 2 means 0.5, here to here 0.5, here to here 0.5, here to here 0.5, like that it will reduces. So here 10 means 1, 1.5, 0.5 it will be increased. So you take 14 as a midpoint, then to left hand side towards 14 it will be decrease, right hand side towards 14 it will be increase 0.5. So like that it will changes. So this table you remember, based on this table we can predict answer very easily. So by using this table I am writing here, O2 means how many electrons? Actually oxygen having here 16 electrons, but here 2 plus is there, means we have to subtract 2 electrons. 16 minus 2 means 14 electrons here. 14 means what is the bond order here? 3 bond order is there. According to this table, 14 means 3 bond order. So here again O2 plus. O2 plus means actually 16 electrons, minus 1 means 15 electrons. So here O2 minus 16 electrons, minus means we have to add 1 electron, means 17 electrons are there. So O2 minus 2 is there. O2 minus 2 means 16 electrons, but here you have to add 2 electrons, so total 18 electrons. Now with respect to this table, so no need to by hand, it is very easy. So where 14 is there, 3 is the bond order. Where 15 is there, where 15 electrons, 2.5 is bond order. Where 17 electrons is there, 1.5 is bond order. Where 18 electrons is there, 1 is a bond order. So that here bond order is 3, right? This one. Now what is question? You see, using molecular orbital theory, predict which of the following species have shortest bond length. So bond order, where bond order is more, bond order is directly proportional to what? Bond length. Bond order is inversely proportional to bond length. Bond order is inversely proportional to bond length. So with respect to this table, this statement, what we can say, that where bond order is maximum, their bond length will be minimum. So here O2 plus 2 has bond order maximum, means its bond length will be minimum. So that option A is answer. So next question, they are asking which of the following constituents of a group of the isoelectronic species. Isoelectronic species means that series should have what? same number of electrons. That series should have same number of electrons. Here this is answer. Why? Because you see nitrogen atomic number is 7, right? So oxygen atomic number is 8. So total 15 electrons actually. Here positive charge is there. So that 15 minus 1 means 14 electrons are there. When negative is there we have to add. When positive is there we have to remove. So here carbon. Carbon actually C minus 2 here. C2 minus 2. Carbon atomic number is 6. So 2 carbons are there means 2 into 6 is equal to 12. Here negative charge is there means you have to add 2 electrons, so that 14. So here cyanide. So carbon atomic number is 6, so plus nitrogen atomic number is 7 and minus charge is there, so that you take 1, so 14. So N2 obviously we know that 14, so that in this series all are having same amount of electrons, so that is 14, same number of electrons, that is 14. So that isoelectronic series is this one. So next one, which of the following pairs of the species have the same bond order? So just now I told you trick how to predict bond order very easily. So means where number of electrons are same you calculate by using this table, where which elements are having same number of electrons, then that should have what? Same bond order. So here you see Cn minus means how many electrons are there here? Carbon 6 plus Cn minus means 8, so that 14 electrons. NO how many electrons? Nitrogen 7 and oxygen plus is there, so that it is also 7. So 14 is there, so that it is having what? A same number of electrons means same bond order will be there. So like that we can calculate. So here which of the following species exhibits diamagnetic behavior? So in which case it will exhibit diamagnetic and which case exhibit paramagnetic? If lone unpaired electrons are there, when in MO orbital diagram electronic configuration, if unpaired electrons are there, then it acts as what? Paramagnetic. So if paired electrons are there, it will act as what? Diamagnetic. So here you see O2 minus 2 means how many electrons here? O2 minus 2 means 18 electrons. O2 plus 16 electrons actually. O2 plus means 15 electrons are there. O2 means again 16 electrons. NO means how many electrons are there here? 7 plus 8 means 15 electrons are there, right? So here these all are having more than 14 electrons. These all are having more than 14 means, so the electronic configuration MO electronic configuration will be like this, it will come. So sigma 1s and sigma star 1s and sigma 2s and sigma star 2s, sigma 2pz and pi 2px, pi 2px and pi 2py and pi star 2px and pi star 2py and sigma star 2pz will come. So if you write electronic configuration of each and everything here, 18 electrons we have to accommodate here, and so 18 electrons we have to accommodate here. So now I am going to fill these 18 electrons in this electronic configuration. Sigma 1s2, sigma star 1s2, sigma 2s2, sigma star 2s2, pi 2pz2, pi 2py1, pi 2pz1 here, and here one more. Then how many electrons are there? You see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 14 electrons, 15 16 17 and 18. So that all are paired in case of this one. They are expecting diamagnetic, so all are paired means it is dia. So in one question more than one answer is not existing, so that this is our answer. So like this we can predict answer very easily. So next question, which of the following ionization process the bond order has increased and magnetic behavior has changed? So to calculate that we have to calculate electrons now. So here in carbon how many electrons are there? 12 electrons are there. 12. Here how many electrons are there? 12 plus 1 plus is there, so that you have to decrease 1 electron, so that 12 to 11 electrons are there. When carbon having 12 electrons, then bond order will be like this. So 2 bond order. When 11 electrons are there, bond order is 1.5. Means here increased they are asking, where bond order is increasing. Here bond order is not increases, so that's why it is not our answer. So NO, nitrogen is having what? 7 electrons, oxygen having 15. So here 15. So 15 to how many electrons here? So here 7 electrons, here 7 electrons, 14. So for 15 what is bond order? Bond order of 15 is 2.5 and 14 electrons means bond order is 3. So here bond order is increasing, right? Then increased and behavior of magnetic behavior will be changes. So magnetic behavior we have to continue. So in case of this one, magnetic behavior also changes, so that's why B is our answer. So here next question, which of the following hydrogen bonds is the strongest bond? Where more electronegative atom is there, that hydrogen bond is very strong. So in such case, where hydrogen is which element is having more electronegative, you see. So here fluorine is more electronegative, so in this bond is very strong, so that's why answer is B, more electronegative. Where more electronegativity is there, their attraction will be maximum. So here next question, in which of the following ions all the bonds are not equal? So here first I am taking SF4 as example, sulfur hybridization I am going to calculate. So shortcut method, sixth group element, so that 6 electrons, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 bond, 2 bond, 3 bond, 4 bonds. So 1 2 3 4 and 1 sigma bond. Total how many sigma bonds? 5 sigma bonds are there. 5 sigma bonds, but one lone pair of electron is there. So actually because of 5 sigma bonds, it should follow sp3d hybridization. So when sp3d hybridization, its regular geometry is trigonal bipyramidal geometry, but because of lone pair of electron, instead of trigonal bipyramidal geometry, it follows instead of trigonal bipyramidal geometry, it follows. So when 4 bond pairs and one lone pair is there, then it follows seesaw shape. In seesaw shape, 4 bonds are not equal, so that's why SF4 is answer. In case of this one, SF4 will not have same type of bonds. So next question I am going to explain here, which of the following molecules or ions does not contain unpaired electrons? Which of the following? So here, which of the following molecules ions does not contain unpaired electrons? So it is having what? 18 electrons. So you write electronic configuration. Just now in previous case I told you how to write electronic configuration, 9th question, and this question also same. It will not have unpaired electrons, so that's why this is answer, right? So next question. So here, lattice energy of ionic compound depends upon. So what is meant by lattice enthalpy? So ionic compounds will form lattice like this: cation Na plus and Cl minus, Na plus and Cl minus. Ions are adjust like this and they will form one crystal lattice. To separate cation and anion from this crystal lattice, how much energy is required? Required energy to separate cation and anion from the crystal lattice, we call it as lattice enthalpy. That is depends on what? Charge on the ion and size of the ion. It will depend on. Why? Because greater the charge and smaller the radius, so greater the polarizing power and thus greater is the covalent nature. So that's why it will be influenced by charge on the ion and size of the ion. So next question is the molecular shapes of SF4, CF4 and XeF4. The molecular shapes. So just now I told you shortcut method, SF4, here how many electrons are there? 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 1 2 3 4, 4 fluorines are there. 1 2 3 4, 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma, 4 sigma. This is 5 sigma. So 5 sigma means sp3d hybridization. Here 4 bond pairs are there and one lone pair is there. 4 bond pairs, one lone pair, so that's why it is seesaw shape. Actually regular shape is tetrahedral, because of lone pair it follows seesaw shape. So next one, CF4 is there. So one carbon is fourth group element, 1 2 3 4, 1 fluorine, 2 fluorine, 3 fluorine, 4 fluorines. So 1 2 3 4, 4 sigma bonds, sp3 hybridization, so that tetrahedral geometry will be there on this. So next XeF4. So 1 xenon, 8 electrons, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, 1 fluorine, 2 fluorine, 3 fluorine, 4 fluorine. This is 1 sigma bond, this is 1 sigma, 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma, 4 sigma, 5 sigma, 6 sigma. 6 sigma means what? sp3d2 hybridization. sp3d2 hybridization means actual geometry is what? Octahedral geometry. Actual geometry is octahedral. So because of these two lone pair of electrons, it follows square planar geometry. So SF4 is seesaw shape, CF4 is tetrahedral shape, XeF4 is square planar geometry. So next question, in which of the following species diamagnetic in nature? So diamagnetic means what? Paired electrons should be there. Diamagnetic means paired electrons. So H2, 2 electrons paired, so that's why it is diamagnetic in nature, right? The next question. So the maximum number 90-degree angle between bond pair and pair of electrons observed in. So where maximum number of angles between 90 degrees bond pair and pair of electrons observed in. So in case of this sp3d2 hybridation is octahedral in shape, where four bond pairs are 90 degrees to each other, as well as two lone pairs also 90 degrees to each other. So that's why this is answer. Here only the maximum. In remaining cases it is not possible. Only in case of this one only it is possible. So which of the following has regular tetrahedral structure? Regular tetrahedral structure means, so for this also we have to follow same hybridation structure, means shortcut method for the hybridation. So based on that we can by using that formula only we can predict very easily. So that this is answer in case of this one. So why? Because boron is having which family? So 3 electrons will be there. Here 1 electron is there, so that 4 electrons total. So boron minus is there, so that 1 electron we have to consider. 1 2 3 4, 1 fluorine, 2 fluorine, 3 fluorine, 4 fluorine. So here 4 sigma bonds means which bond? The 4 sigma bonds means which hybridation? sp3 hybridation. sp3 hybridation means that is tetrahedral geometry. So here according to these examples, here only 4 examples only repeated in all options. So that's why I prepared one table for this. So H2S, by using shortcut method of hybridization you can predict easily. I have explained in previous questions. So here in case of H2S, 2 lone pairs, 2 bond pairs. When 2 lone pairs, 2 bond pairs are there, that is actually sp3 hybridation. sp3 hybridation, but here 2 bond pairs, 2 lone pairs are there. According to VSEPRT theory, so here maximum repulsion is there. Because of that repulsion, bond angle will be reduced. So here H2S having least bond angle, then after what? 107, so then after 109, so highest bond angle is what? In BF3. So that based on this we can arrange very easily. So by using this table, this one is the answer, right? So next question. So the states of hybridization of boron and oxygen atoms in boric acid is H3BO3 or respectively. So boric acid structure will be like this. H3BO3 means B, oxygen, hydrogen, and here oxygen, hydrogen, and here oxygen and hydrogen, like this. So we know that already on oxygen 2 lone pair of electrons will be there. Here 2 lone pair of electrons and here 2 lone pair of electrons. Now you go for boron. So on boron, just you observe here. So 3 sigma bonds are there. 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma. 3 sigma bonds means it is when 3 sigma bonds are there, then it will form. When 3 sigma bonds are there, it is sp2 hybridization, right? On oxygen you see now here 1 sigma bond, here 1 sigma bond. So this lone pair of electrons also we have to consider as sigma bonds. So means total 4 sigma bonds means sp3 hybridization. So what they are asking, boric acid, boron and oxygen atom respectively. First boron is what? sp2 hybridization. So sp2 followed by sp3. So that 21, option 2 is the right answer. Like that we have to predict very easy. So next question. The pair of species having identical shapes for the molecules of both. So by using shortcut method of the hybridization, we can predict easily hybridization here. So here is XeF2 hybridization is sp3d hybridization, sp3d. For example, XeF2 is there. So xenon having 8 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So 1 fluorine, 2 fluorine. So 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma, 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma, 4 sigma, 5 sigma. So that sp3d hybridization. sp3d, 3 lone pairs are there and 2 bond pairs are there. So that's why it is linear geometry, right? CO2, 1 2 3 4, 1 sigma and 2 sigma, right? So 2 sigma bonds means sp hybridization. sp hybridization means linear geometry. So that's why this is answer. Both are having different hybridization but shape will be same. So remaining you check, so they will not come. This is right answer in case of that. So next one, which of the following will have? Next question. So in case of this one, SO2 will come sp2 hybridization, H2O will come sp3 hybridization, SH2 will come sp3 hybridization, and NH3 will come sp3 hybridization. So because of bond pair lone pair, here bond angle is 109 degrees. So here bond angle is 104 degrees 5 minutes, and here 90 degrees it will come bond angle. So it is what, 107 bond angle it will come. So smallest bond angle is which one here? Smallest bond angle is SH2 because of lone pair bond pair sp3 hybridization, but because of lone pair and bond pair, so the bond angle will decreases. The bond angle is what, 90 degrees. So minimum this one, so that is answer for us. Right, next question. So the number of lone pairs on xenon in XeF2, XeF4 and XeF6. So here simple trick I told you already. Shortcut method means that shortcut method will help you everywhere. So xenon 8 electrons will be there, no? So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, 1 and 2. So that how many pairs are there? So here 3 lone pairs are there. 3 lone pair of electrons are there. So by starting 3 lone pairs, this only it's starting. So that's why this is answer for us. 24th option A. So if you have a doubt, you check remaining also. XeF4. XeF4 means xenon having 8 electrons. So 8 electrons means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 fluorine, 2 fluorine, 3 fluorine, 4 fluorine. So here how many? 2 lone pairs are there, right? So here we can predict very easily. Here total how many electrons are there in its valence shell? 6 valence electrons are there. This 2 indicates 2 bond pairs. So 6 minus 2 means how many electrons are there? 4 electrons are there. 4 electrons means so this is not possible. So like this only you have to follow. 3 to 1 it will come. So here the bond angle 109 degrees 28 minutes found in. Actually 109 degrees 28 minutes is sp3 hybridization, which is having tetrahedral geometry. That's the bond angle, this one. So here ammonia sp3 hybridization, this also sp3 hybridization, CH5 plus also CH5 is not answer. NH4 you see, NH4 plus. NH4 plus I am going to explain why, because it is a pyramidal shape, 107 bond angle, H2O is 108 degrees. So that's why here which one is answer? NH4 plus. Why? Because nitrogen is having 5 electrons, 1 2 3 4. Here positive charge is there, no? So that we have to remove 1 electron. So total 4 hydrogens are there. So 4 hydrogens means which one is a bond? Sigma bond, sigma bond, sigma bond, sigma bond. 4 sigma means sp3 hybridization. So no lone pair of electrons. So that's why sp3 hybridization, which is having 109 degrees 28 minutes. So here this is not right answer. So this only the right answer, right? Next question. The number of bonds in P4O10. The number of bonds in PO bond. So this is the structure of P4O10. So in this one total PO bonds are 16. PO bonds are 16. Actual bonds, you count, actual bonds are 20, but only PO bonds are 16. So next question. The increasing order of bond strength O2, O minus and O2 minus 2 and O2 plus. So for this already I given the table like this. By using this table we can predict very easily, right? First I am writing in order first. So O2 I am taking and O2 minus I am taking. So O2 minus 2 and O2 plus. So here first I am going to write bond order of these elements. So O2 means what? 16 electrons. O2 means 16 electrons. So O2 minus means how many electrons? 16, 1, 17. So O2 minus 2 means 18. O2 plus means how many electrons? 15 electrons are there. If 16 electrons are there, then bond order. Here bond order, this is number of electrons. If 16 bond order 2. So if 17 bond order 1.5. If 18 bond order, that is 1. If 15 is there, then bond order 2.5. So here what they are asking, increasing order of bond strength. So where bond order is maximum, their bond length minimum. Bond order, where bond order maximum, bond length minimum. Where bond order maximum, bond length minimum. Where bond length minimum, bond strength will be more. Bond strength will be more. Which one having bond length maximum? So this is having so bond length minimum. Where bond length minimum, where bond order is maximum, their bond length will be minimum. So that this is very strong in case of this. This is very strong means O2 plus is very strong. So where O2 plus is very strong. So here O2 plus is very strong. So that's why this is answer. Very simple. So I'm going to continue this series. If you interested, please subscribe and like my channel. Thank you.